these little dumplings. Not the shumai, but the goiza, the pot stickers. Hello, hello, Gregory, how do you do? Going to stream a game. Ooh, game marathons, yay. Okay, oh, let me turn on my overhead light and grab a little something to drink. Let's see. Just have one of these for now. Hello, darlings. How are we? Oh, I got all the way up just to forget to grab the cards. Ooh. Apparently Klimt has come to play. Hello, 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 hello. How do we all do? Ooh, everybody gets a good angle today. So I have a bit of a multi-stream going on. And if you see me looking over here, it's just because I'm so used to looking at a computer monitor for input. Yes, we've got... So everybody may feel free to ask questions. I know some people do not know who I am, as I am sometimes sanguine, sometimes inner. This is Inner Bathory. The persona is Inner Bathory tonight. Card readings. Hey, that's just straight up good old-fashioned sanguine threads. And now you can't see the damn thing. I need to back up just a touch. There we go. Sorry, I had to back up just a touch. Hello, darling. So yes, I've got my cards with me. I can do all of those lovely, lovely things. Aww. I mean, there are quite a few places where you can find me speaking besides here. As long as you're over a certain age. And I do plan on doing more audio work as well, because people seem to very much like this voice, and you know what? I don't mind it either. I had quite a bit of fun out today, just even at the grocery store. Walking around, keeping it nice and thick. It worked quite well. Always. Why shouldn't I? I'm a hedonist, for goodness sake. And I've been playing ever so nice, ever so polite. Still, I'll always keep it civil, of course, in mixed company. Hello, darlings! Hello, hello, how are you doing, Brad? How are you doing, Queen? Yes, actually, I dated a couple of lesbians. They were ever so wonderful. And then, well, one of them turned out to not be such a wonderful person, but, you know, the other person chose somebody else, so... I've dated quite heavily towards men. But no, I have dated outside of, you know, men and women. I dated somebody who was, I believe, non-binary, and just starting that journey of their own accord, so... So how's everybody doing? I will make sure to cycle through and look at everybody. I try. Well, no, I don't try. I am. Also, it's a lip stain, so if I do smudgy, it'll just smear and get muddy, so... Doing good today, very she-her, very Inner Bathory, thank you very much. Oh, I decided I'm not going to live stream me playing video games anymore. I realize there are certain things that I can control, but other things I could not control. And, yeah, some of the back chatter that I got on some of the games that I was on. I was like, no, that's too much of a risk. No. So, no worries. It's all good. Also, you know, I didn't want to devolve into being that toxic person. It just didn't suit me. I did not like how I was becoming. There we go, darling. In a battery. There we go. Right. And it's like I didn't want to be that toxic person who just like sat there till a vein was throbbing in their head, and I'm just like, you know what, no, I'm supposed to be a place where we can actually talk and have discussion and decompress. So if I'm not actually paying attention to my audience, it felt rude. Just felt rude after a fashion. And I would much rather spend my time well with people who are, you know, exciting. Good to know, I guess. There we go. For me, mostly, it was just my teammates were not staying on the point. Why aren't you on the point? The point is the entire point of the game, whether you are defensive or offensive. The point is the entire point of the game. If you are half a click away from the point, you're not doing the point any good. In fact, you're letting somebody, a singular person, fast track the end of the game. Like, fight for it. How did I become a witch? Well, basically, I was evangelical Christian for about 20 some odd years, and it just didn't suit me. It didn't speak to me. There was no resonance. And then one day I walked into a metaphysical shop, and it felt like I had just taken a breath of air. And I gravitated towards very certain things very, very quickly. And that's how I kind of figured out, oh, got it. So, moved myself out of the church shortly after, and then just stayed much more true to myself since then. Most of the principles of any faith are about the same anyways. You know, be kind, do unto, don't bitch if karma smacks you across the face for being a jackass. You know, the usuals. No, you do not have to find a coven. I thought that for the longest time, that I had to find a coven, And I have learned much more recently that my calling to be just a singular person who occasionally gets together with friends and does witchy is okay. That is actually perfectly fine. They're called hedge witches. Has nothing to do with a verdant garden. It just is what you are, a person who goes out and does your own thing, walks your own path. Right. And here's the whole thing. You can get your unalives. You can absolutely get your unalives. But do it on the point. That's the whole point of it. Like, I think some of the best games I have ever had were like almost an hour long, and it was a dogfight the entire time. Like, I couldn't even be mad at my teammates. Like, everybody was fighting, everybody was hard to unalive, and every last person did their absolute best, and just either went one way or the other. And you know, it came down to skill. And I absolutely adore those. Those are my absolute favorites. But when they're just, like, they're literally so far off point that they are doing absolutely no good, and then they're whining about not being healed. Well, where's your healer? Oh, is your healer on point? Be on point then. Or they're like, why didn't you protect the point? Because I'm DPS and I can't heal myself. So while I took out 2 of them, the 3rd one got me. Oh darn. Oops. Well, correct that as you see fit. Hello, darling. But yes, if anybody needs your cards read, by all means, do feel free to have. There are, oh my goodness, we're over 2K. Thank you so much. They're doing a liking and tapping and sharing over here, and I'm so proud of them. Oh, darlings. But yes, yes, Blinks and Lio, it's only $5 per card. Do feel free. And if you're a subscriber, you do get a free card pull each month. I'm very much an ambivert. Overall, I become introverted mostly so that I can observe how people act and react. I step back, I calm myself, and I become a bit of a wallflower for just, a little while usually, just to see what the etiquette is. Because the last thing I want to do is charge in like a bull, which I have done before, charge in like a bull, and just think that I know how to act and react in a situation, and it turns out, oh no, etiquette is very different here. And then, of course, I've made a jackass of myself, and I don't like doing that. So, I sit back, I tend to observe for a short bit, and then once I get comfortable, or it's seen that the party needs somebody to be more extroverted to get it rolling, then my more extroverted side will tend to come out a bit more. Okay. Hello, 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 my darlings. Queen of Pentacles. Quiet purse strings. Kind of feeling like it's tilted though, so. So the Queen of Pentacles is somebody, usually of a feminine energy, who kind of holds the purse strings. It's communication with finesse. Kings tend to be communication very directly. Queens tend to be communication but with finesse. And this very much feels like kind of stern feminine energy. Matriarchal, matronly in nature. They hold the purse strings. Mostly because they are worried about overindulgence, overspenditures. I think they may have been raised in a household that had to very much watch where every penny was pinched from. And they are somewhat passing this on to you. On many levels, they really do want what is best overall for your safety, for your health, for your overall thriving. But at times you can feel it's a little bit push and pull and you're not quite sure why. And it feels like it's old training that is bringing them back to that same way they now treat money in front of you. It feels like you may need to change your perspective slightly on how and why they are doing certain things. And I know that can be very difficult at times, especially for a cat. But yeah, adjust your perception ever so slightly and see where you can both compromise. Oh, thank you. Solo Giovanni, number 5, red lip stain. We've got a Wet n Wild, basically, eye pencil around, eye lip pencil combo around, and then a little bit of NYX Modern Palette Dreamer, the silver color. Absolutely adored. Oh, and a little bit of LA Colors Holographic Lip Gloss. Just to give it a little bit of shine. Hello, hello, darlings. Welcome on this Monday. Do feel free to like, share, and encourage others to show up and join. If people like the vibes, or if you think people might like my vibes, by all means, share me with them. This is a place of pretty much low judgment. It's a salon. We are meant to sit and decompress and enjoy each other's company. Oh, thank you so much, darling. I'm feeling very in a bathery today, and I plan on doing quite a bit of in a bathery content if I can, so I'm in the good mood and I'm trying to keep it there. And as usual, yeah, working to pay bills as usual. So if people would like to find me where my artwork is, that would be the coffee store. If you would like to support me more directly as a small creator, that would be like Throne. If you like to get your cards read by any means, by all means I should say, feel free to go and hit up one of the payment options, and it's $5 per card, and then I read them live for you. That way you know it's me reading and not somebody who's slid into your DMs, gotten your money, and then absconded. Ah, yes. So yes, Blinks in Lio are the place you go. Like, the first 2 to 4 can all actually be used as ways to purchase cards. You're welcome, my darling. So I have press-on nails. I do have a lot of watercolor art up there as well. I am definitely trying to thin the herd because I need to move probably within the next couple of months, and as much padding as I could build up to make that move a little bit easier. That'd be really, really nice. I believe I have a new couple of options opening up in about October, November-ish. No worry at all. So, tarot cards are like gentle divination. They give you little roadmaps, little signs of what's going on, kind of things that might be known to you or maybe not known to you. Sometimes you're a little too close to the forest because of the tree. So, it helps to tell you where you are, what's going on, and give you a decent prediction of what an outcome is going to be if you continue on that same path. That way you have a little time to like adjust things here or there. It's much less of a hard yes, hard no, versus a this is a roadmap. Sometimes there's going to be some detours, and sometimes there's going to be a flooded shoulder and the like, but yeah. So some people, that is absolutely their jam. They vibe with it. It gives them a lot of insight and information. To other people, it scares the absolute daylights out of. I understand if you like them or don't like them. It's okay. Yes, I am in California, and I'm, for the most part, planning to stay in California until I become very financially stable. At which point I will probably think about going elsewhere, because it is exceedingly expensive, and I'm not always a fan of the governorship around here. Hello, darlings. How do we do? Oh, thank you so much for the gift, darling. There we go. Do I work? I have been looking for a decently solid 9 to 5, or even a part-time at this point, for quite some time. So I do a lot of freelance, or at least I try to do a lot of freelance, and I have spread myself quite a bit across the internet. So audio, video, spicy, non-spicy, artwork, all the like. I do everything that I can, as best that I can. Yes, I am in SoCal. I live near enough to LA. Because if I say LA County is massive. Oh, thank you so much for the subscription, darling. Would you like a free card pull? Anytime somebody becomes a subscriber during the month, they may ask for a free card pull at any point in time. Oh my goodness, yeah, I know exactly what you're speaking of. Newport is just, whew, goodness expensive. Oh yes. Ah, no worries, darling. So, let us... So I like to make sure that they are very thoroughly mixed. That way it becomes exponentially more chance if something were to be the same pull. Ooh, Le Monde. Of course, this is styled after Klimt, so sometimes there's a bit of artistic. Yes, Le Monde, the world. So it's building potential and bringing something to fruition, something that apparently you've been working on for a decent amount of time. Quite a decent amount of time. But yes, you know, of course, when anything's about ready to be spit into creation, there's always those tremors, those fears about, oh, is this going to come out the way I hope it is? Because I've already worked so hard on it. And yes. It's going... it's definitely going to start out the way you meant it to. And it's going to become something far more than you knew it could be. So in a good way, it's going to escape you? Escape is the wrong word. It's going to outgrow the confines that you originally thought that it would meet. It's going to get past that. See, open yourself up to actually exploring that new world. Don't think small. Don't think a small moon. Think the world. But yeah, do it. Especially if it's artistic. Do it. You've got some good ideas. You definitely have some good ideas. You're welcome, my darling. Hello, everybody. In a battery, how do you do? Yes, that is actual villain era gray, not just my hair being dyed. Yes, I am in a she-her mood. And yes, those are things I made of myself. How's everybody doing this evening? I know a lot of people are just getting off of work, especially if you're West Coast. Oh, those pot stickers were really good. Trying to decide if I want to make bone broth tomorrow. Because I did just get those pork bones in. Trying to decide what my flavor profile should be. Oh, well, I have about 5 decks that I routinely have on board. I read quite heavily from Shadowscape and Steampunk. Those, it's funny because everybody loves Shadowscape because it reads you for absolute filth. It is just, I love it, but it is absolutely ruthless. And then there's, of course, my steampunk deck, what people love for the opposite reason, because it's very optimistic, it's very go-getter, has a lovely way about it. But I have 3 others. I have the Lover's Path, Klimt, and Mucha, and those just resonated with me. When I picked them up, I liked the feel. It resonated well. Now, I've also been gifted a few decks. One of them screamed constantly when I picked it up. I had to get rid of it. I literally had to get rid of it. Me and them just, I did once pick up a deck because I liked the artwork, but I didn't really like the vibe of it, and boy, when I took it out of the package, it was even more, it was constantly predicting doom, and I did not need doom. I needed something a little bit lighter. And then I also picked up, I picked up another deck because I was supporting an organization. But honestly, when I unwrapped and I pulled it out, it felt like it was just printed on paper. And it had no vibe to it whatsoever. It was just printed on paper. And I'm like, there is no love in this deck. None whatsoever. This is just marketing. This was not a labor of love. Not truly. So, yes, it was... Oh, yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. And I'm an intuitive reader, so when it comes down to it, my intuition is everything. So when I've gravitated towards something, I tend to go with it. And when I don't gravitate towards something, Hello, darling, how are you doing? Sudsy Sweet Scorpio. Oh, I love the alliteration. How do you do, magic? Hello, hello. Don't mind me, I'm going back and forth between the two. I always must make sure. Oh, good. So yes, if you become a subscriber, you do get a free card pull when I'm reading tarot cards, which is any time that I am live. So do feel free to ask at any point in time. Thank you so much for getting me up over, God, I'm thinking we're almost close to 4K now with the likes. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the gifts, for the likes, the sharings, the clicking of bio links and all that kind of good stuff. Nice, perfect. I'll draw it for you then. And then if anybody wants to purchase card reads, it's only $5 per card. And then by all means, let me know once you've purchased them. So say you want a 10 card read, which is a Celtic cross. It's the full thing. You would go $50 because 5 times 10 is 50. And then you're good to go, and I will come back and I will give you a very detailed read. Hello, darling. Oh, the last week or so has been absolutely insanity in mundanity. So, yes, for about a week almost, I did not have access to my account whatsoever for any number of reasons. I talked to my legal department, I talked to their legal department, not my legal, their legal department. That seems to have cleared some things up, but it was such a pain in the ass. But yes, Monday through Wednesday I will be here, I will be doing the salons, so please share me with everybody, especially people you think that would like the vibe. So, we are doing the card pull for my newest subscriber. Oh, that's an interesting. What is it with these single card major arcana pulls? So, this has come up for our dear magic, and it's the Lovers. But it doesn't feel quite right completely upside down. It doesn't feel quite right here. It feels much more like it's teetering in between. Not so much between love and hate, but just, should we not? Should we not? Do you follow the passion? Do you err on the side of caution? Do you go full Romeo and Juliet, and we all know how that ended? Or do you err towards, you know, this seems like fun, but I don't think that it is a good idea overall, the long term. Fair. So you're, oh, yeah. I mean, if it was, I say this as a hedonist and as a person who has a decent amount of experience with it. If it was a one-night stand, enjoy it for what it was. Enjoy the moment that you had together. Don't try to turn those into more if you haven't already built a solid connection outside of that kind of an intimacy. If it's a will you, won't you, really see what kind of strength you have as a relationship sans physical intimacies. Definitely communicate. When you break up, there does tend to be some hurt, some regret. I know this from straight up experience. But that person is actually still my best friend to this day. And I got them introduced to their fiancé, now husband, of over a decade and a half. So I absolutely understand. I really, truly do. But yeah, it's never something that is easy. If he's so intently and easily listens to others about how he feels or how he processes a situation, is he going to be the kind of person who shows up for your relationship? Or is he going to be the kind of person who will say one thing to you and then have a friend whisper in their ear and then shift not only how they think but how they treat you? You may be better with some time apart, and I know it's the painful thing, but take some time apart and process some of the bigger feelings first. Hello, darling. How do you do, Holly? If this is his first big relationship, then he may need to, and I'm not saying in this, oh my goodness, he needs to have therapy. He may need to actually go and see a licensed therapist of some variety who can help him process those big emotions without bias. Because friends are always going to have bias, and quite often friends will be vicious to people that they think might hurt their friend. So it becomes a sticky situation. I'm doing quite well, and you? So yes, hello. This is the persona in a battery, hence the accent and the fangs. Feeling very she-her today, thank you very much. But yes, we're sitting, we're talking, we're reading cards, and we're doing our thing. You're welcome. I know it's not easy. I know, like literally from first-hand experience, I know this is not easy. But yes, sometimes you have to remove your bias from the situation. Is there anybody here who needs their cards read, subscriber-wise? Because if you're a subscriber and you haven't already, feel free to ask and I will read cards for you. I like to do everything live, that way you know you're actually getting your cards read by me. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Looks like if I get another 2 in the next 7 minutes, I will be on some sort of sprint. So. This is the third major arcana I have pulled in a row. On single card pulls, mixed every time. Definitely feels, this feels correct. So it is the sun, but in reverse. More like coming down a meteor. Usually a sun is the center of attention, the focus, the thing that everybody wants to look at. But oh my goodness, it's so bright, my eyes hurt. This, on the other hand, feels like the end collapse of a dying star. which sounded far more dramatic than what it actually is. I'm so sorry. Feels like you were going along quite well, absolutely having a sun moment, everything shines on you, it's fantastic, it's lovely. And it feels like now things are cooling down. Cooling down, coming down. The focus is switched away from where you feel it should be. And you're not sure if that's a good thing or not. Because you've been used to being in that kind of sun era where everything is, growing around you and going up. But just remember, the sun not only provides life, but the sun can take it as well, because if it's too bright, too hot for too long, it scorches everything around it. It's okay to have cooling down periods. It's not the world ending, it's not the sun collapsing in on itself. Sorry, the drama in my head is just like melodramatic, specifically melodramatic level. Yeah, it's not going to go away forever. It's just the moon doing its thing, giving everybody a rest, let it cool down for a little bit. That way when you come up again, people go, yay, we needed this again, it's light. So yeah. It's cyclical. It's cyclical. So you're going to be back in the sun position soon enough. But any little cooling down periods, take that as it is. A time for you to rest, a time for you to, disengage for a little bit, to recoup yourself, refill your own cups, as it were. And then when you get back into sun position, you're refreshed and recharged rather than constantly being tired and worn. I hope that makes sense. I almost want to say you're a Leo, but that would be presumptive of me. Fair enough. Ah, Taurus. Oh, Taurus. Okay. That makes more sense. I was like, because I felt stubborn energy, and for some reason I always think Leo when I think stubborn energy. I don't know why I don't think Taurus first. But fair. Yes, if you go up to the Blinks in Lio, there should be a couple of payment methods readily available. So feel free to have at that. It's only $5 per card. It should pop up almost automatically for me, but just let me know how many you paid for, and I will read them live for you so that you know you are actually being read by me. Stubborn can be a good thing every now and again. Just recognize you don't have to be the center of the herd. Pardon. For some reason, I don't know why, but I keep seeming to put on the denture adhesive a little too much. Yeah, no, I feel you. See, I'm a Gemini, so I need a lot of stimulation most of the time to like feel that I'm in the right place, and just when things are slow, I'm like, what did I do wrong? Why has the universe abandoned me? Why is there nothing going on? Why is nothing in my favor? And then people are like, do you know what calm feels like? I'm like, ADHD and Gemini. No, I do not. I'm almost fully used to this now, yes. I tend not to wear that bottom plate. I just don't love it. I think maybe once I get my, final set, sure, but like as it is, I'm just like, eh. Right, we're good people. We're good people. Just sometimes you need to jingle some keys in front of us or else we wander off. Like, Air bubble. Sorry, so sorry about that. I had so many broken teeth. So many broken teeth by the time they pulled everything out. They extracted 24. Every single one of them had major flaws and defects in them. I think the ones that they ended up keeping, those were probably the worst ones. But yeah, like, the ones I got back, every single one of them. Cavity, cracked, broken, flawed, fucked. Just, Dead part! Yay! Thyroid problems, malabsorption due to gastric bypass, cancer, bunch of other things. Yeah, just like the deck was stacked. Those things were not staying in my mouth. Sorry, to me, gallows humor. I'm the one on the floorboards. Nobody panic. Thank you so much for getting me up over 5K. We have a 1 card pull. Same. You know, literally the day after I got everything pulled, I had to go into the dentist, get something else done real quick. I had so much less anxiety going back in once I had them all pulled. Because what are you going to do to me now? I don't have teeth. I no longer have to worry about those nerve endings shooting off and putting me on the floor in the fetal position. So what you gonna do now? I got a little cavalier about it. Ah, perfect. I will get that pulled for you, my dear April. Hello, darlings. Hello. Oh, off to you, Minecraft. Have a good one, darling. Oh, yeah. No, the sensitivity level. Oh, the sensitivity level. Trust me, it goes away. Now, it doesn't go fully away. Like, I will admit I went back a couple weeks later to get, like, just the little things done here and there. Taking out of stitches and whatnot. And when I heard drills, when I heard the sound of the dentist, I did have, like, a, tense moment. But it was nowhere near the same as the full-on panic attacks that I used to have in the chair. So it changes greatly once you get them out. It really does. And if you ever have questions, do feel free to ask. There's quite a few people who are denture wearers here on this platform who talk quite freely about their journey. And if anybody ever wanted to grab me some of that Dentatch, it's actually over on my throne room. Feel free to have at. Also, if people would like to find me elsewhere around the interwebs and whatnot, Throne is Good Keys to the Kingdom. I have put abbreviated lists of where I am depending on where I am located. I don't know if it's your spirit guides, your deities, your ancestors, but the suggestion for temperance has people just cackling. I am guessing you are not well known for your temperance. Temperance just means learning to take the extra beat. Temperance just means moderation. You can still do all those things. You can still do as you please, do as you want. But, it has to be in stride. You cannot simply follow your whim, your instinct, your passion, your will. You have to learn the balance between all and nothing. Seems like it is, when it comes to you, it seems like things are either tended towards the all or the nothing. A very Gemini way of thinking. Also sometimes a very Scorpio way of thinking. But, temperance in this particular instance will do you good. Acting too strongly, aggressively, or becoming completely recluse will not resolve the issue. In fact, it'll create their own set of just more things to deal with on down the line, which is not where you want to be. So, at least for this instance, temperance, let it be your guide. Let that middle path, that moderation, be the guide. Because without it, consequences either way, rather than just dealing with something calmly and in the moment with an even hand. Sorry, whoever is standing over your shoulder, the just absolute uproarious amounts of laughter when I suggested temperance, so yeah. I know, you want to resist, but it's part of the adulting, I know. Hello everybody, how do you do? If you're a subscriber, you do get a free 1 card a month pull. Feel free to ask for that at any point in time. If you would like your cards read by any means, say you need like a 3 card, a 5 card, a 10 card, whichever, by all means, feel free to go up to the links in bio and just let me know how many you purchased and we'll be good to go. I will read them live so you know that it is me reading. Yeah, learn to redirect the stronger impulse into more... what's the word I'm looking for? Direct that energy and passion into things that actually produce, necessitates, or otherwise gets you the things that you need, without being the steamroller that goes just straight through the situation. Take the footpath around, maybe pick some blackberries along the way, present to Bridge Troll, head on over. But yeah, put the energy that you would normally have for that and yeah, ugh. You know what I mean. Find the balance. Because, yeah, if you go all in, it's too much. And then you have to gently backtrack, going, oh, okay, you know what, right, maybe I put a little too much into that. You don't want to have to do that every time. You want to get your message across the first time and not have to put in so much extra work for that. So that needs ice. I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab a little bit of something. Hello, darling. How are we doing today? How are we? And I've already put up on the calendar that I'll be on tomorrow night and the night after. Again, 4 through 7 Pacific Standard Time. I'm doing quite well today. How are you doing? There's nothing to eat. If you have questions, do feel free to ask. I know I always garner questions. So I have a multi-stream kind of going on right here. So if you see me kind of looking back and forth between the two, don't worry, it's just I happen to have a multi-stream going. And whichever stream is more chatty is when I'm going to be interacting more often, but I will look around, I promise. So, darlings, what shall we talk about? Oh, good. Everybody seems to be doing pretty good. And then they asked to get their card pull. And then it turns out to be a major arcana. Oh my god, what if this becomes my major arcana deck? Kind of not against that. That'd be funny if this became my single card pull deck. Try readjusting the words. Sometimes the auto filters are just ever so finicky. Like Clint's deck. Single card pull! Do I just need to get rid of all of the do I just need to get rid of the minor arcana and just read only the major arcana? That'd be hilarious, having to split a deck between the two. I'm doing quite nicely. How are you doing today? Hopefully I'm looking fabulous and hedonistic. Yeah. Dominant and servable. Oh, good, good, good. No, I haven't seen a single comment past the hellos and highs. Oh, it went quite well. And I did take an overall of everything that I bought. Basically, a little over 2 bags, $100. A couple weeks ago, and I know that I've posted those ones up. A couple weeks ago, it was only like $40 per bag. Today was... ugh. And it wasn't like I was even buying that expensive per item. But just, overall, it was quite expensive. Oh, that's a shame. I'm so sorry, darling. I'm guessing it's work, life, personal life, all that kind of good stuff. I live in Southern California. Oh, yes. I'm amazed people haven't just started walking in with a cart, filling the cart, and then just walking right back out. Like, what do you do when your populace starves? That does not ever turn out well. That does not ever turn out well. Especially when you're supposedly the 6th largest economy in the world, which is what California supposedly is. But when you have this much of your populace in poverty and starving, it's not good. It's not good. It never ends well. But yes. Hello, hello. Was I riffling for somebody? No. So I was like, my brain got off on the, oh wait, was I supposed to be pulling for someone? No, not pulling. Now, if anybody else, if you are a subscriber, by all means, ask for your 1 free per month. We will get those pulled, and if you just need your cards pulled for every other reason, say more than 1 card, by all means, let me know. Once you have visited the links in bio. And if you're trying to find me elsewhere around the webs, also links in bio will probably very much be where you want to go. So, what is everybody up to today? Oh. Hello, darling. I'm sorry that it's not letting you chat. That is an absolute shame. There are times I do not understand how this particular platform decides to comport itself. But this is also why I am available elsewhere around the web. For many reasons. For even if I lose this platform, or something were to go wrong, or I just completely give up on trying to interact with or something, there's still plenty of ways to find me around the webs, and I've definitely put those links in my bio so that people can follow me where they wish. Oh, does adding an emoji help? Oh, I love a good slow-cooked dinner. Crock pottery is always so good. Oh my god. I love it. Absolutely adore that. So, Niz says, I decided to take a break from dating and not centering men in my life. Oh, that's so lovely, darling. I applaud you, I honestly do. It's hard to take yourself off of the dating scene, as it were, because I think we all value companionship of some variety. But yes, when you get down to brass tacks and when you're looking at the dating pool that is being presented to you, quite oft it is not the dating pool that you've been looking for. Quite oft it seems about as shallow as a kiddie pool and less inviting. So I applaud stepping back for your own health and mental safeties. Now that's saying that the right person won't come along. You might have a meet cute. You might find them in a place that you did not expect. Who knows? But honestly, some of the best people I've ever dated didn't start because of an app or being in a dating pool. They just happened across and we had a really good time, enjoyed each other. Let's try some extra. And quite a few of those worked out for a good long while, and some of them just didn't. Oh, yeah, that part. When you start having more self-esteem, it is amazing how you will suddenly go, you know what? I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. Will me and William move in together next year? I have no idea. I am not that kind of a clairvoyant. I do intuitive and I do card readings for a reason. And by all means, if you wish to, pay for a card read, go ahead, have that. It's $5 per card. But as a direct predictive, it actually doesn't even feel like will exists. There is no William. I rarely do free readings. If you value my time, my effort, and my skill, then a small amount of appreciation as such is the thing that you do for artists, for performers, and for anybody else that you would wish a service from. That is not a reprimand. By no means is that a reprimand at all. That is my simple reasoning. And I would much rather people know my reasoning rather than not. So. My goodness, thank you so much for getting me up over 6K likes. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if you are a subscriber, you do get one free card pull every month. Yes. I need to be able to buy groceries. I need to be able to pay phone bills and regular bills so that I can actually have a place to exist and still be able to do all those things that create content, that create, joy, fear, love, lust, whatever you want to call it, and emotion, and moves people to be here and exist as well. It's part of the community. Now, if we were not in a capitalist hellscape society, slightly different means. Slightly different ways of going about it. But it is what we are, and here we are doing the thing. So, yeah. No, so if you look at my finger right here, there's a little star, and it has like a 32 out of 53. Those are subscribers. Subscribers get extra little perks, like the single card pull each month. They get like emojis that they can use that nobody else does. Sometimes when I do like subscriber only videos, they are the only people who will actually get to see that. Nobody else does. So there are some exclusivities. Oh, thank you so much. Hello, darling. How are you doing? Thank you, thank you, thank you for the gift. Thank you so much for coming along. How are you doing, my dear? It's been a while. Not the longest of whiles, but still. Oh, I'm doing okay, my best. I'm always doing my best. All the good stuff. Working on the spicy stuff. Trying my best to actually write that next chapter. I'm in the middle of 3 short stories right now, and I just can't seem to quite get past a little bit of a writer's block I've got. Other than that, it'll work out. How are you doing, my dear? And did you remember to get your card pull this month? Would you like me to pull for you, my dear? Oh, thank you so much, my darling. Thank you for the new subscription. I think I linked my AO3 here. If you go to AO3, Archive of Our Own, I am in a battery. You will be able to read it. Yes, it is very... It's Call of Duty fan fiction. That should tell you everything you need to know right there. Thank you, darling. Solo Giovanni, shade number 5. A little bit of a lip pencil liner around. A little NYX Modern Dreamer palette, the more silvery one. And then just a little hint of a holographic gloss over the top. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Let me pull for Allie, and then I'll pull for you, Lily. Nice. I do love when you get to read creative writings. Finally! Oh my god, finally a non-major arcana. The Two of Wands. Two of Wands, kind of like actively, patiently waiting. Hello, Bella, hello, and thank you so much for all the likes, the loves, the gifts, the subscriptions, everything. Been absolutely fantastic. Two of Wands feels a lot like actively waiting, but also you making a decision. You're deciding if you should clock a bitch with a stick, aren't you? I say actively waiting, and they're like, yeah, I'm just waiting to catch. I hate when I'm right, but I also love when I'm right. Yeah, clock them. Fucking clock them. Stop being polite to people who are actively trying to get in your way. Don't suffer a fool, because that fool will knock over your gathering. That fool will knock over the tent. Don't suffer them. It's not the day. It's not their moment. It's not for them. It's for you. So don't be polite. Stop sparing the rod. That child is spoiled. Not a real child, not an actual child, a figurative child. I have to be clear of these things. I have to be clear. I'm like, now I understand why I didn't ask, or why I didn't pull a major arcana on that one. It's like, we already both know the answer. We already both know the answer, and major violence does not need to be part of that, but yeah, you can definitely set her in her place. Lily, let's also get these mixed and pulled for you as well, my dear. Hello, hello, welcome on in. How do you do? Hopefully everyone is doing well. Oh my. Yes, yes we do. We should arrange a time to chat. Most definitely. Nine 153. Can somebody look up angel number 9153? Sorry, when my spirits, deities, ancestry, whatever you want to call it at this point, find a new way to actually communicate with me. Apparently this is what they're going to do now. The Hermit, but in reverse for our dear Lily. So Lily, I pulled for you the Hermit, but in reverse. The Hermit just The hermit is usually coming up when you need to pull back a little bit and when you need to kind of invest in yourself, do some introspection, a little navel gazing, that kind of thing. It's not a bad thing, it tends to be a thing. But if you go too far into hermit mode, you become reclusive. And you become cut off, disassociated from a lot of things that used to bring you a lot of emotion, usually a lot of joy, a lot of enjoyment. But you step so far back that you kind of disconnect from everyone and everything. And it's hard to know how to get yourself reintegrated. That's always the difficult part. But like, start just by being around people. You can be around people and still prioritize yourself. You have to learn to say no to them, or say, oh, hey guys, thanks. That was fun hanging out for a couple hours. Oh, but the party's not over. Yeah, I get that, but I've come. I've been social. It's been a very good thing. I just need to go recharge. Thank you so much. I really did enjoy this, and then leave. Like, reminding yourself that you're not beholden to other people is one of the first ways to start. But don't cut yourself off from interacting with people, trying to save yourself that extra step of interaction. That interaction is a good thing. It's how you stay social. But yeah, learning to set those boundaries, I understand that. But you've done it so much now that you've become almost recluse. And that's causing you frustration and consternation. Because yeah, again, you feel like you're missing out on things, but you're also trying not to have certain interactions, versus actually just learning to set your boundaries. And setting your boundaries is a good place to start. I hope that makes sense. Like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Oh, yes, darling, of course. Of course, they can't quite see me over here. Let me readjust so everybody can get it. Thank you very much, darling. A little further away. There we go. Hello, darling. How do we do? If anybody has any questions, do feel free to ask. I know I garner so many questions. As long as you're asking in good faith, we should be just fine. Aww. I do my best. Most of them are very low cost. Some of them were actually found by followers who then sent them to me. Some of them are... My brain went derp. Sheen, usually that's, rather inexpensive, and I absolutely adore them. Sometimes I just go thrift storing. Yeah. I think what you were asking is, will I get revenge on people that did me wrong? Send me $100 and I will answer that question with my cards. I have not been able to touch quartz tree in quite some time. Just everything has been absolutely up in the air. But also because it's summer, I found out real quick the hard way that I overheated so insanely fast because it is like 85 degrees inside, and that extra layer of corsetry was overheating me like something awful. I still will be making them, but right now they are unfortunately not high on the list of things to get done because of how frickin' warm it is, and not even hardly been able to like try them on and wear them for more than like half an hour. Oh Lord, yeah, no, you understand heat real well. Vegas is so insanely hot. And just there's no moisture in the air. There's no moisture in the air. I don't understand how you survive, because I live in Southern California, and we don't have the most humidity. We're not Louisiana. It's not like breathing soup. But we got some moisture in the air. You go outside in Vegas and exhale, and you're like, yeah, like cottonmouth instantly. Just just my nasal passages every time I stepped outside. Oh, nope. I should have prepped. Oh my. I have quite a few fans apparently who are in Florida, and they're like, yeah, it's humid. It's humid. I'm like, y'all can see the water hanging in front of your face, and you just kind of walk through it, don't you? They're like, Right. I did a Renaissance fair once in Nevada. I could not drink enough fluids to ever feel like I had enough moisture, enough anything in my body. I was constantly dry everywhere. And it was so uncomfortable because I know I was supposed to be sweating, but even my sweat was like, we give up. That shit is far too dry. I'll believe it. Because, okay, so in California, we have multiple different zones. So you can go to the mountains, to the desert, and to the beach all in the same day. If you start in the morning at the beach, you can be in the desert in roughly 2 to 3 hours, and you can be up in the mountains in another couple of hours after that. So, like, between the elevation shock and the moisture shocks, you will not be having the best of days. Oh, you did? Oh, you did that? Oh, no. I'm sure your body was like, really? Oh, no. You can definitely enjoy it all, but your body will tell you real quick, real quick, when you're, like, pushing it too far, as it were. Because, yeah, no, you can go from plenty of moisture, next to no, and then, again, plenty of moisture. But mountain air can be really weird. If it's warm, the moisture level is okay. If it's cold, there is not nearly enough in the air for you to breathe properly. Oh, you're in Gilroy. Oh, my God. Gilroy? Oh. So Gilroy grows, I believe, it's like the garlic capital of the world, isn't it? They grow a lot of things, so they have a lot of agriculture that goes on. And tons of surrounding, like, dairies and sheep and whatnot. So the amount of humidity in the air from things being constantly watered or having open water sources, it gets so muggy, and the air just can get so stale. So stale sometimes. That Same here in Vegas. Snow in the mountains, 40 minutes away, and there's also a lake. And the Colorado River. Yep. It's just hot in Texas. I'll believe it. I believe it. I fucking believe it. Like, I am convinced that Texas barbecue is just people standing outside with meat in the sun. There's no actual fire involved. You're just like, it's just hot out here. It's just hot. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. We're just gonna stand around with a carcass, and the sun will do the work. So we're good. Yeah. Let's see. Add another 40 minutes. Oh, goodness. Well, that's just about to overheat. Give me a half second. I'm going to grab something and hopefully cool you all down. Oh yeah. Oh, I love the Northern California Renaissance Fair. I did that for a number of years. But yeah, like, I absolutely adore the NorCal Ren Fair, but like, there have been a couple times just on the way up usually that there's something about the weather and you're like, oh, this is gonna be a bad weekend. And yeah, it'll be like 1,000 degrees and then just muggy as hell, and all you can smell is dairy farms and garlic. That is not a good combination. Oh, actually, party trick. My career profession is not witch. What I am trying to do, as I'm also, looking for a job, like a 9 to 5-ish, is I am doing a lot of content creation. And I am trying to spread out all the different places of where my finances come from. I lost my corporate job about a year ago. Yeah, about a year ago. And have not been able to find steady since then, so I am diversifying and trying to invest in myself and my skills. Which just happens to be what I am. Basically, don't put your mouth over the ring, put it inside the ring, create a nice tight seal, and then open the back of your throat. Basically the tonsil area. In a very quick manner. Do not try and literally inhale, but just open the back side of your throat in a very rapid manner, kind of pulling down into the bronchioles, and it will collapse the inner walls. Just make sure you don't do this with a reinforced steel can. Or like a Heineken. Because Heineken used to have the barrel-shaped cans. Don't do it with one of those. You will, I'm so dead serious, you will harm yourself. You will so harm yourself, because that one is almost impossible to crush inwards. It does not have that kind of a crush zone. So yeah, if you can't easily flex those walls a lot with your fingers, don't do it. Don't do it. It's basically a strongman feat at that point, and if you are not a strongman, if you're not a person who does the training for that correctly, don't do it. You do not want to harm yourself. You could harm your lungs, but more rightly, you'd probably also fuck up your throat, so. Yeah. So, what other questions do we have? Do feel free. This is a low judgment place. Tend to, like, hang out, chill, talk, do all those kind of good things. Just have a bit of fun. This is what a salon is about. It's about decompressing. It's about exchanging social information. We're having discussions thereof. Much like a speakeasy. Does anybody know if Total Mayhem is on tonight on World of Warcraft? Or not World of Warcraft, on Blizzard. Overwatch 2. Fuck, that moment. So I might want to catch a couple rounds with that for myself. So what are the major things going on right now? Trying to think. Is anybody else's algorithm just been absolutely wild lately? Just not the usual. It's just not the usual. Because usually I'd get a decent amount of stuff coming out of the watermelon place and updates and whatnot about stuff surrounding that. Just recently though, I don't know what I don't think it was anything I did, because I definitely didn't start interacting with a lot of the stuff that's been coming across my feed lately. But just like somehow I'm getting more and more like frat boy stunts kind of things, and I'm just like, this has never been part of my algorithm. I actively show no interest in, do not interact with, actively ignore, or sometimes will even block certain accounts, because I'm just like, yeah, this is definitely not me, so boop. Also, like, way, way, way more gossip, like gossip type stuff, which nothing wrong with gossip. Gossip is kind of how you exchange certain informations and where you get your ideas of like, oh, this might be a rabbit hole I want to go down. But like, this has just been like gossip, not like pertinent stuff, but more like, oh my god, did you totally hear about this? Because da da da. I'm like, there are so many more things that are so much more serious going on in the world. Or at least of more portents going on in the world. And instead, it's like everybody's trying to start these weird little beefs. I'm like, why? Right, that part. It's about people I would never know about. Never, because like, either their lifestyle's so wildly different than mine that there would never be an interaction, or just I don't know, just it seems like a nothingness, or next to a nothingness, and it ends up giving them way more credence than what they should have had for doing it in the first place. Hello, darlings. How do you do? How do you do? I'm holding a multi-stream right here, so feel free to have at. So I don't sit still well, so I fidget, hence the shuffling of cards. But yes. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh. Oh. Whew. Let's see, today's Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday. Let's try to have something prepared, something planned out. I had a thought and it completely left my head. So, how's everybody doing this evening? Hopefully most people have gotten out of work, or you're just here to help decompress and whatnot. This is what a salon is for, and that's what we do. So I am streaming currently in multiple places. I am streaming here, as well as YouTube and Twitch currently. I'm still trying to get everything to work correctly for Instagram as well. Oh, but also I found out for Twitter, apparently you have to have one of their premium accounts in order to live stream from a computer, which is just asinine. Oh, I think I want to say this is one of the ones that, oh no, it's regular Pepsi. Okay, so ice cold Pepsi, just a bit of extra ice in it, because Pepsi's okay when it's room temperature, but it's not something I want to put in my mouth per se. So yeah, I like most of my drinks rather cold, but especially my sodas. They have to be cold. It's not bad, but it, it is what it is. I didn't know why, I just needed some sort of a fizzy drink. I'm a simple creature. What could I say? Ooh, absolutely adore Dr. Pepper. They didn't have any. They just did not have any. Went to the $1.25 store, got some essential cleaning products and whatnot there. But yes, they did not have any Dr. Pepper, which they usually do. And, I mean, a big can for $1.25 is not bad at all, to say the least. To say the least. But yes, it is what it is. It is what it is. I think I might be on, if you like spicy things. And yes, by spicy things I mean anybody of any gender. You are not precluded because you somehow match me. I'm polyamorous, gender fluid, pansexuals, all those things. But if you find that you like spicy things, I think I'm going to be over on the LF platform. I'm probably just hanging out there, being my in a battery self and whatnot. If you need anything, by all means, let me know over there. I know sometimes people don't know where to ask me about certain things, so I let you know ahead of time. Ah, no problem. I just saw it pop through, my dear. If anybody else does need cards, Blinks and Lio, I believe the first two. Oh my goodness. Ooh, we're getting close to that 9,000, aren't we? So yes, Blinks and Lio, and if... Let me start the whole thing. Tarot cards are $5 a piece. If you need them, just check the Blinks and Lio for payment methods. There we go. Love the acting. What does this mean? I have to know what this means. What does love the acting mean? Are we talking about the accent? Something I'm working on, though it does still wander. Sorry, I asked because you weren't the first person who's said this over the last several days, so I'm wondering if there's something more behind it, much like demure. Because I did miss the demure train just a bit. Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, but in reverse. Ten of Cups in reverse is... It was a dream. It's become a bit of a nightmare. You put... There was a lot of hard work put into your efforts. And it feels a bit for naught. Nothing per se went directly wrong. But it also did not turn out the way it was supposed to. And you don't know where, you don't know why. There was no particular prediction that would have changed its course. But it feels like you really put a lot of hard work into something, you presented it, and it did not at all come out the way you were hoping it would. And you're not sure how to salvage that. You're not sure how to rectify that. It's like, can I fix it? Do I fix it? Don't. You put so much of yourself and your perceived worth on this thing that when it did not turn out the way you wanted it to, or needed it to, you feel a little bit forlorn about it. You didn't do anything wrong. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with what you did. It is the way of the world, the roll of the dice. A little bit of a wheel of fortune was involved here, and just the dice didn't quite shake out the way you wanted them to. But that doesn't mean anything against you, and that does not mean that you won't have another go at it. Don't try and salvage the thing that you feel has gone off course, because you're always going to be resentful of that. But don't let it discourage you from taking on yet another project, or doing something else. Like, allow yourself that comfort of, I tried, and it didn't work out the way I thought it was going to. It worked out, but it just didn't go the way I wanted it to. Okay, go back, try it again. Maybe if I do a slightly different method and refine it in a slightly different way, it'll be better. And you're more than likely right that it will be better once you've refined your technique. Just this particular time around, it went a little bit sideways. Oh, you're welcome, darling. You're absolutely welcome. I'm going to put this on a block of ice because we're getting a bit of an overheat. Heck yes! I cannot wait for October.